Hello, my name is Christopher Ryan Purdue, and I chose to explore the topic of a continuous learning environment by reading an article called Is Yours a Continuous Learning Environment? It was written by three people, David Garvin, Amy Edmondson, and Francesca Gino, and it was highlighted in the 2008 Harvard Business Review. This article could prove beneficial to everyone that is interested in improving the current state of their company. In the article, the authors insisted that every company must become a learning organization. They insisted that the idea flourished in the 90s, backed by a publication called The Fifth Discipline. The result was a vision of organizations made up of employees that created, acquired, and transferred knowledge. According to the authors of this publication, this vision hasn't quite been realized yet. There are three factors which impede its progress. First, they said that the discussion to the learning organizations were lawfully ideas to a better world rather than concrete directions. Second, the ideas were aimed at the top of the company, to the leaders at the top of the company, opposed to the middle management of smaller departments. And third and finally, they concluded that standards and assessment tools were lacking. They the authors created three building blocks of a learning organization. First was a supportive learning environment where employees could feel safe disagreeing with others and asking naive questions. According to the authors, this block has four distinguishing characteristics. All right, first is psychological safety, and that's where employees cannot fear being belittled when a disagreement occurs. Second is appreciation of differences. This is when people become aware of opposing ideas and value different outlooks. 3, openness to new ideas. This is basically encouraging employees to try new things and take risks. And lastly, number 4, time for reflection. And this is when employees review organizational processes and learn from their mistakes. Back to the building blocks. Next in the three building blocks of a learning organization is the concrete learning process, where a company has formal processes for collecting and interpreting information. So here they include experimentations to develop and test new products. There's intelligence gathering, look for technical trends, analysis to identify and solve problems, and education and training to help both the new and established employees. The last building block is having a leadership that reinforces learning. In this building block, organizational learning is influenced by the behavior of its leaders. When the leaders actively question and listen to their employees, the employees basically feel encouraged to learn. Also, when those empowered demonstrate a willingness to entertain different viewpoints, employees do feel bold enough to offer new ideas. The author of this article the authors of the article feel that the building blocks reinforce one another. They also claim that their tool measures the learning that occurs within a department. Another thing that's mentioned in the article is that these building blocks give you a better view of how well your company learns and adapts. They went on to say that the organizations do not perform consistently across all three blocks. Rather, various components from each building blocks are in play and require supporting activities from management. As far as the organizational learning tool they developed, there are two primary ways to take the survey to access the depth of learning in your organization. First, an individual can take the survey and get a scope of how well they're doing on a project or as a team. And second, several members of a team can take the survey and average their scores. Once this is compiled, they can access their individual or group assessment with like an overall benchmark source from different baseline groups of organizations. Having compared the scores, it is possible to identify areas of excellence and conversely opportunities for improvement. I believe this is a well-written article backed by data that shows their methods work. I believe the article is highly valuable to people in the business world, and I would recommend the article for anyone that is looking to enter into or improve a continuous learning environment. In conclusion, the authors states that there are four principles to people who are seeking to cultivate a continuous learning environment. They gathered these principles by their experiences developing and testing and using their survey. The four principles are leadership alone is insufficient, is number one. Number two, organizations are monolithic. 3, comparative performance is the critical scorecard. And 4, learning is multidimensional. Thank you for your time. I hope you have gained as much insight into the continuous learning environment and to this diagnostic tool as I have. After learning the different organizational models taught in this class, I seek to work for a continuous learning environment. Once again, thank you and have a nice day.